Good morning, friends. I am here to teach you about our 3 new snap words of the week. Of course, we're going to go through the snap word steps. Step 1, look at the word. Step 2, I'll point, you read. Step 3, we'll cheer and spell. Step 4, cover it up. Step 5, you will write the word. Step 6, you'll check your work. And then, of course, you'll practice these words all week. Let's get started with step 1. Take a look at these 3 words and see what you notice. Some things that you may have noticed is that all 3 words begin with the letter H. And the second letter in all 3 words is the vowel A. You may have noticed that these 2 words have 3 letters, but this word has 4 letters. And you also may have noticed these arrows. I added these arrows to help us understand the meaning of these words. So let's talk about them. I have all 3 words on one slide because they mean the same thing. The first word is had. It's a word you can tap out. Add. The second word is has. You can tap it out. As. The S sounds a little bit like a Z. But if you were tapping it out, I'm sure that you could problem solve and figure it out. So we had, has, and the third word is have. All 3 of these words mean to own something, for something to belong to you. But we use them in different situations. The first word, had, I have an arrow going backwards there because had is a word we use in the past. Like when my mom was little, that was a long time ago, my mom had a bird. Had. That's something that happened in the past. The word has is something that we would use if we're talking about something someone has right now. Like Miss Wyant has 2 dogs, Dory and Chupa. I have Dory and Chupa right now. That's why I have this little green arrow pointing to now. The third word, have, that's usually something, a word that we're going to use for something that we want to have in the future. Like, for example, my sister wants to have a turtle. She doesn't have a turtle now, but one day she would like to have a turtle. So they all mean to own something, but we would use them in different ways. We will move on to step 2, read. I'll point to each word and you read them out loud at home. I just pointed to had. That was has. And that was have. You can pause the screen at home and keep practicing reading. Had, has, have. And of course you can make your own flashcards at home. Okay, so let's do step 3, cheer and spell. I try to put my arms up in this little camera. You know the deal. We roll it up. We cheer each letter. We put it together to make a word. So let's start with had. Had. H-A-D. Had. Then has. Has. H-A-S. Has. Have. H-A-V-E. Have. Of course, you can make your own cheer at home. Another thing that you may have just noticed about the word have is that it has that sneaky E at the end, but sneaky E is not telling the other A to say its name. It's not have, I want to have a dog. No, it's have. So it's a rule breaker. That sneaky E is not making the A say its name. Okay. So I'm going to cover up this screen and go ahead and write had, has, and have at home. You can skywrite, trace on the rug, write on a piece of paper. You do what works for you. I'm going to cover it up now. Take a minute and drink my coffee while you're writing the words. Okay? If you need more time, just pause the video. No big deal. How'd you do with had? Had. Had. If you made a mistake, it's cool. Fix it up. How'd you do with has? As. Has. If you made a mistake, it's cool. Fix it up. And lastly, how'd you do with have? It's a rule breaker. It sounds like H-A-V, have, but there's a sneaky E that's not making the A say its name. Okay, friends, practice all 3 words at home this week. I hope you have a lovely Tuesday.